Criticized in our language, in our culture. So it's Uyghur, it's Tibet, it's Falun Gong. So don't you dare forget it in your language, in your culture. Make sure you amplify it as well, because China, this is their aim. They want to erase us, they want to destroy us, and they want to ethnically cleanse us. And this is not what we want. I'm not going to say anything new what the previous ministers, politicians, or the previous community leaders have said. So what I'm going to say is foreign interference. The reason why the Foreign Minister of China is here today is to strengthen its interference in Australia, and we must not allow this to happen. This is a democracy, this is not a communist regime. We have to make sure that we stand together, that we amplify our voices to make sure that we are always out and about at protests. Make sure we support each other, whether it's an Uyghur protest or a Tibetan protest or a Falun Gong protest. We are all oppressed by the same regime. So stand together, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the only way we can make a difference in the Australian community. And we have to ensure that our voices do not die, do not fade, and are extremely strong in the Australian government. Make sure that you keep on every day talking to your parliament members, because as you heard Mr. Andrew Wallace say earlier, that foreign interference in this country is real. Cyber attack by China is real. Transnational harassment of the Uyghurs, Tibetans and the Falun Gong are real, and we have to make sure that this does not continue. We have to make sure that our government ensures that the Australian citizens speak up. Australian citizens are protected at all times against the communist regime. Business as usual cannot happen. We cannot agree on business as usual when ethnically cleansed millions, when China is ethnically cleansing millions of our people. Forced marriages, forced organ harvesting, when children are being taken away to state-run orphanages. This is not on in the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not stand up, if you do not speak up, as you can see, we're a small crowd here, but let me tell you, our voices are loud and amplified. So say with me, down with China!
Down with China!
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with China!
Down with China!
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with China!
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 You know that policies can change. You know that your voices are heard. Do not be distracted. Do not be deterred, ladies and gentlemen, because as one, we can make sure that the communist regime does crumble, will be gone in the coming days, in the coming years. But without us together, without us being united, this is not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So please, please, I urge every one of you to reach out to your MPs, senators, local, federal, your councils, everyone else to speak up for you, because we matter, ladies and gentlemen. Every one of us here matter, and we have to make sure that our voices are not diminished by the great Chinese communist regime, and we have to make sure that our government, our Australian government, not rolls out the red carpet to genocide committees, but make sure that they also listen to you. And as a citizen and as the politicians are your servants. Don't forget that. You voted them in, you can vote them out. Make sure that the next election is a weak government, ladies and gentlemen. Do not allow either the Liberals or the Labor to be a strong government, because when they are weak, then they can make a difference. Make sure that you visit your parliament members every week. Make sure that you continue talking. Make sure that you keep sharing each and every one of our concerns and issues. Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Wallace said he can't hear you in there, and they need to hear us in there, because the foreign minister's inside. Loudly, please! Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi Jinping!
Down with Xi